The British Marines had been sent in to stay in Afghanistan, and while they were there for 4 years, they lost over 100 men and over 1,000 were wounded. In 2010, that's when we learned that our U.S. Marines from the 3rd Battalion, 5th Marines were going to begin sent into that territory. Let me tell you something about where they were going. It's a lush area. There's a dam that feeds it. And that's where the Taliban grow their opium. They grow their marijuana to fuel their trade of terrorism. And that's where my son, the 3rd Battalion, 5th Marines, were going in to take the fight to the enemy. They took the fight to the enemy, but it came at a heavy cost. 25 were killed. An Afghanistan war record. Over 200 were wounded, most by losing their legs. When you guys walk out to the stadium today, you'll see banners that you will walk by. Those are the 25 that were killed. Remember them as you're walking into that stadium. The Honor Bowl started because of that. As a coach, I wanted to do something to give back. As a coach, I wanted to do something to give back to the men and women that were fighting for our freedom. By the spirit of your athleticism here today is your way of giving back. Everybody that buys a ticket, everybody sponsor that supports us, that is your way of giving back. Red Mountain, all the way from Mesa, Arizona, we hope to bring this event back to your school next year. We can't thank you enough for being a part of the Honor Bowl. We want you guys to get out there and win. Win. You got it? Sir. Now I want you to meet one of those 3rd Battalion, 5th Marines. Let's give it up for Gunny Sergeant Freddie Torres.
Tremendous honor and privilege to stand in front of you today and talk to you, not just because I've been doing this for a few years, not just because I'm a 3rd Battalion, 5th Marines, prior Marine, but also because I'm an Arizona born, not Phoenix, but I'm from Tucson area. Born and raised, joined the Marine Corps at 18 years old. 2006 I joined because of September 11th. Now I'm going to fast forward to that 3rd deployment with 3rd Battalion, 5th Marines when we deployed to stay in Afghanistan. I'm going to share a quick story. That way, when you're out there on the field, football field, you're at home, you're dealing with some stuff, you can reflect back on this story and the adversity and the challenge that we faced, and hopefully you can get through it. On December 30th, 2010, on that same deployment, there's an individual, his patrol went out. He was a squad leader. He was leading 19 other men on a combat patrol, foot patrol. They went out for about 4 hours, gathered information, intel, talked to local nationals, were on their way back to the PB, the patrol base. As they were about to make entry, the back of the patrol, one of the Marines stepped on an IED, an improvised explosive device, a roadside bomb. Luckily, that IED didn't go off all the way. All it did was shatter that Marine's foot, got the Marine in the truck, got him in a helicopter, got him back to the stateside, recovered, thankfully. Now, because the IED didn't go off all the way, the responsibility of that squad leader and that squad that had just came back was to go back out there, put demolition down below the rest of it, because if not, the Taliban would pick it up and reuse it on the Marines. So a team of 4 went back out there, placed a stick of C4 down demolition, and as they were about to pull the cord to blow it up and walk away, hold security, the Taliban opens up. Now picture Lone Survivor, if you've ever watched the Marcus Luttrell movie, on top of a mountain overseeing that village. That's what Afghanistan looks like. Mud hut, dirt, alleyways. The Taliban opens up from a mud hut house. The squad leader, the sergeant, looks over, opens up with his rifle, and starts suppressing back the Taliban as he's running in the direction of the enemy. The 3 other Marines ran to a wall in front of him. As he's suppressing, he falls on a ditch right next to a wall, waist high. He falls on his back, looks up, and his uniform, his camouflage uniform, is filled with blood. Here comes one of the other Marines that had taken cover, running towards him, sprinting under fire. Taliban still engaging, slides on his knees, take off his seatbelt, cutter scissors, cuts his camis off, blood gushing out from the left leg. His femoral artery had been hit. The Marine on his back had taken 2 gunshot wounds to the leg. Starts calling out his own reports. The one working on him starts calling in the other squad that was inside the patrol base for a stretcher to come out and pick him up. A couple minutes pass by. He presses gauze on him, applies a tourniquet. They put him on the stretcher. They start carrying him out. He's bleeding out. And as he's getting carried out, that sergeant puts his hand up to his best friend that's carrying him out. And these are the last words he said to him. Tell my mom I love her, and tell my boys I'm sorry. Tell my mom I love her, and tell my boys I'm sorry. Those were the last words that were said on the battlefield from that sergeant. Got him in a truck, got him in a helicopter, got him back stateside here to San Diego, Balboa Hospital. Let me tell you the second half of that story, where it can apply to you when it comes to challenges, adversities, and roadblocks. That sergeant was on a bed, laid up. They wanted to amputate his leg. Too much nerve damage, we're cutting it off. You're getting medically retired and you're never going to walk or run the same way again. That sergeant faced adversity and he said, that's not going to happen, that's not a thing, not to me. January 2011, he made a challenge that by April, when that battalion came back, when that squad came back, and they landed at March Air Force Base an hour and a half away from here, that he was going to be standing at the bottom of that stair ramp waiting for the squad that saved his life. Let me tell you, on April 15, 2011, I stood there at the bottom of that ramp, hugged every single one of my squad members that saved my life, even after the doctors told me that my leg was going away, that I was never going to have a career again, and that I was never going to be able to walk and run the same way I used to. So I share that story with you, not to put myself up here. I share that story, that personal story with you, so when you are facing with adversity, when you are facing challenges, whether it's on the football field, whether it's your relationship, whether it's at home, whether it's school, whatever it is, fill in the blank. You might be going through something right now, an injury, whatever it is. You have the option at failing or being a failure. And they're 2 different things. You can fail, you can fall, but the only option is to get yourself back up, learn from it, dust yourself off, and do great things with it. But failing, never doing anything about it, accepting that fail, is not an option. And I used to think this was all luck, this was a coincidence. I trained my squad super well. That wasn't the case. That was God that kept me around in 2010. For whatever purpose it was, He kept me around. And that's a testimony. And it's all praise to God, all praise to Him. So again, thank you for being here complete. You may think I'm making this up, but it's a complete honor and privilege to stand in front of you. And you played for those 25 pictures out there. 25 of my brothers did not make it back. 300 plus wounded, and I was one of them. And I thank you for playing football to remember and honor that. Semper Fi, God bless every single one of you. Thank you.
Thanks, Coach Enders, who is going to be the man that has the honor to carry the flag through the tunnel?
Seth Barron, where you at?
All right, Seth. When you come to that tunnel, we're ready to announce you through the tunnel, all right? The lights, the smoke, and all that go on. Make sure that you allow your team to get in behind you. There's plenty of room in there. And I'm going to hand you the flag, and I want you to whoop it up. When I announce your team, you be out there waving that flag for America. You got that, my friend?
Yes, sir.
You were leading your team out. That was a tremendous honor in the Honor Bowl. Coach, at the end of the game, you will be selecting the Character Award winner. The media in attendance will be selecting the MVP, all right? And at the end of the game, on the 50-yard line, when we do that, we will be handing this coach the 2023 championship trophy, right? Now, Coach, the Character and MVP winners, and you as the head coach, you will sign the helmet. The Character and the MVP winner will sign the footballs, and I mean your complete name, all right? After that, there is a piece of artwork that is set up there. We're going to ask you to put a screw into that artwork. That is an artwork that is being commissioned to go back to John Lynch of the San Francisco 49ers and will hang in Levi's Stadium. So this is your honor and our honor that you're putting that screw into that piece of art, okay? That Chief Joe Pisano created, all right? Guys, this is the honor. This is your chance to go out there and serve our country. This is your chance to get out there and win. Get in here with hands up. Hands up. When I say 3-5, I want to hear a get some. 3-5. Get some. Get some. Get some. Here's your decals, Coach. Every one of them. Put them on your helmets. Thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you so much.
Guard. Oh.
When a servicewoman or man is lost in a battle, it is become customary to arrange their rifle pointing down, along with their boots and helmets. Surviving members of their squad gather around and bring around moralize the fallen. Comrades, some of the troops will pray. Others might recall personal stories, but make no mistake, this is a ceremony that is taken very serious, because every soldier or Marine knows the next ceremony might be for them. With a rifle in hand and downward into the ground, it is a memorial of a soldier killed in action. It also signals a time for prayer, a breaking the action being tribute to our friend and hero. Placing his rifle is the United States Marine, Sergeant Major Louis Ortega, Marine Recruiting Station, San Diego. Combat boots represent the final march of the soldier's last battle. Placing the boots is Gold Star's sister, Nicole Day Lamar, honoring her brother, U.S. Army Specialist Matthew Hudson-Heiser, who died while in service on June 12, 2011. The helmet is also a symbol of this great sacrifice. The helmet is made by U.S. Marine Gunnery Sergeant Freddie Torres, drill instructor, Marine Corps Recruiting Post San Diego. Gunnery Sergeant Torres is a Purple Heart recipient, was wounded in action in the helmet conflict of 2010. Standing Plank is the U.S. Marine Gunnery Sergeant Jared McCarthy, Recruiting Association San Diego, honoring his cousin, U.S. Army Staff Sergeant Christopher Swanson, killed in action July 22, 2006, Ramadi, Iraq. Dog tags identify the names, soldiers' names, so he will never be forgotten. Placing tags are Gold Star parents Tom and Patty Schumacher, who are honoring their son, U.S. Marine Lance Corporal Victor Duke, 20th birthday in California. He was assigned to the 3rd Battalion of the Marines, Camp Belt, and was killed in action October 13, 2010, in the same district of Pregame, Afghanistan. The dog tag is placing on the right are the actual tags that Major Ward when he was killed. Now, ladies and gentlemen, while you're still standing, and our nobles, our families, and military members are centered on the 5th Guard line, we would like to acknowledge our new fallen heroes from the tragic Osprey crash in Melville Island, Australia, during the joint international training in August of 2023. No family ever wants to become a Gold Star family because it's a title that they wear in their hearts forever. At this time, we will honor our new three heroes by remembering to say their names. I will say their name individually, and will direct you when to repeat them. After, we will have a moment of silence, followed by crying taps. Corporal Spencer R. Collard. Say, Spencer Collard. Spencer Collard. Captain Eleanor B. LeBeau. Say, Eleanor LeBeau. Major Tobin J. Lewis. Say, Tobin Lewis.
Present! On!
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose
come on in, shake hands, introduce yourselves.
Gentlemen, welcome to the Honor Bowl. This is the tournament for today's game. Special tournament for the Honor Bowl. With the helmet is head, with the American flag is tails. Red mounted, we're going to call the top. We're going to call. Tails is the call. That's it. It's the tails are going to call.
Ball? Which way do you guys want to kick? Red mounted, pitcher back to goalpost there. Watch out for this side. Feel it? Go ahead, pitcher.
I want the sun in the house.
Red Mountain won the toss. It's the further option to the second half. Felix will receive.
Come back, shake hands, have a great game.
Injured, ill, and wounded vets that have given so much for our freedom. I want to focus your attention to the center of the field. These dogs that you see in front of you can cost anywhere from $10,000 to $20,000 a piece, depending on the training that they're getting for the particular veteran and the need that they have. One of the nonprofits that we support is K9 Guardian Service Dog Program. Under the direction of Mesa, president, she raises German Shepherd puppies from birth, trains the dogs to do necessary tasks to assist disabled veterans. Whether the veteran's disability is related to PTSD, traumatic brain injury, otherwise known as TBI, military sexual trauma, MST, or mobility issues associated with amputations and other physical industries. The service dog is trained to provide a specific skill and set tasks to assist their veteran. Due to your generous donations, please welcome Army Sergeant Danny Casera, retired, a Purple Heart recipient with K9 Vic. His dog is a 7-year-old German Shepherd named Basha. Named Vic. And Basha Casera with K9 Sam, who's a 4-year-old German Shepherd. Let's welcome them, give them a lot of gratefulness for what they do. Thank you, Mesa, and K9 Guardian Service Dog Program. And also, ladies and gentlemen, over here in the end zone,